Final destination.
All skills on.
No odd job. Slappers only. Objective: record a podcast. Location: Slappers Only Recording Studio. Time limit: 1 hour 30 minutes. Quest begin.
Are we gonna get any good rewards for recording this one?
Yeah, we might get a couple of rare carves.
Might get some crafting, some scales, or maybe even a tail up in there.
I got my knife handy, Jordan, and as soon as the recording's done, I'm gonna stab my computer, and hopefully I'll find a jewel or two.
Oh god, those jewels! You really need those jewels.
I hear the drop rate on the jewels when you record this kind of podcast is awfully high. It must be some sort of event quest.
You got to listen to it at least 5 or 6 times, listeners, if you want to get the rare jewel. I'm allowed to say that, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
What game are we talking about this week, Max?
Jordan, we're talking about beloved game developer Capcom's far and away best-selling game, rightfully so. We are talking about Monster Hunter World.
Oh, we didn't introduce the podcast. This is Slappers Only. It's a video game showdown. No, you've been here. I'm Max. Wait, no, I'm not Max.
I'm
Max.
Jordan.
What the fuck? I forgot my own damn name. I'm just very excited to talk about Monster Hunter. Now, I feel like we should give our backgrounds with the series because of all the games we've talked about, this one's like a thing.
This is the one that, like, and I feel like it's true with every Monster Hunter release. It's like, oh, this is the game that's going to get people into Monster Hunter. No, this is the game that's going to, no. World is like a different beast altogether. World got like everyone into Monster Hunter.
Yeah, World's got me into Monster Hunter, and it's currently the only Monster Hunter game I've played. Though I am very, very, I every day I look at the release date for Rise and I say, ooh yes, let's go.
Oh,
come on.
Baby.
I've been playing the demo. I just played it yesterday. I still haven't gotten bored of it. It's very good. But this fucking game, and I love this game a lot, and I haven't sunk like Monster Hunter fan levels of hours into World. I never got to Master Rank even. I still had probably played 60 or 70 hours, which for me, with my ADD, is wild for a game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's quite a bit.
But I know that there are some people who basically only play Monster Hunter, and that's like their gaming experience is just like, I will play 1,000 hours of Monster Hunter.
And I will love every single minute of it.
So how much of this game do you think you've played?
Of World specifically?
Yeah, of World specifically.
Jeez, 500-ish?
That sounds like a pretty average amount of Monster Hunter.
Yeah, it could be higher. I honestly, I feel like I'm letting the fans down. I feel like I really should have been putting a lot more time into it. Like, those are baby numbers, Jordan. Like, if you haven't hit the cap of 999, what's the point?
When I heard, okay, my Monster Hunter World experience was I picked it up, I bought it from the GameStop, and then I had when I bought Monster Hunter World, I really felt like a little boy having a day because I was right next to the GameStop or in the same shopping plaza as a Cold Stone, so I said, game and a treat? Yes, I've been very good. And so I went to the Cold Stone with my copy of Monster Hunter. Just me and my copy, I got a scoop and it got a scoop. And when I went in, the guy at the counter said, "Oh, is that Monster Hunter? I just came out? Awesome. I've been playing that game. You're going to play that game for the rest of your life. It takes forever." And I said, okay. And when I played, the first time I played Monster Hunter World, I probably sunk like 30 hours into it, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got to fighting the part where the game says, okay, prove that you're ready to beat the game by killing a Rathalos.
Yeah.
And I said, nope, can't do that. That's not happening.
Oh, this is hard, actually.
This is very, very hard. And then I dropped it for a while, and then I came back, and then I played what I thought was the whole game. Mm-hmm. And then I beat the final boss, and then it says, all right, now you're ready. You finished the tutorial.
You're halfway done.
Congratulations. You've just begun, and there are 2 more ranks. And I said, excuse me?
Mm-hmm. It's the curse of content.
I've never finished Master Rank. There are some monsters that are simply too hard and too scary for me to beat. But I have sunk a lot of time into this game, and I really like it. And I think I understand I don't think I could call myself a fan, but I would call myself a admirer, and I'm very excited to get swept up in Rise.
There's something, so like, we're not going to give a whole explanation of like what Monster Hunter is, because I feel like if you're listening to this, you probably have, you either already know for yourself or you've osmosed enough of that information just by like the fervor surrounding world, really. But like, like I said, it's the curse of content. It's a game that has essentially 14 games in one, because every weapon plays completely different. Sometimes 15 games in one, because in one of the games they let you play as the cat.
Love to do that. That's interesting.
So going back, you mentioned like where we started with Monster Hunter. I didn't start with World. I started back in 2012, I believe, 12 or 13, when Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate came out, which is like the final, like, definitive version of third generation games. That was on 3DS, and I got that. And like, the funny thing is, what got me into it was seeing, it wasn't like the cool monsters or the cool armor or the cool weapons. It was seeing like the weapon upgrade charts, and I was like, oh, this game has data in it. And that's what hooked me.
This game is numbers.
It's numbers. It's so many numbers and stats.
It's number go up, but what I like about it is that it's not just like number go up. It's like make number go up. It's very customizable. You can really tune things and get very granular with how you play, but also it's skill go up, because you can't just rely on the number. The number is important, but what really matters is how you play, which I like.
Yeah, it's number go up, and number go up dependent on how you want number to go up. And in making number go up, your brain also go up.
Your brain go up, and you get that. Here's the thing. Several things. Number one, there is I just flat out say this. There is no other game series like this one.
No.
If you are looking for a Monster Hunter experience, you are going to a Monster Hunter game. When I picked this up, and I'm not embarrassed to admit this, and I'm sure if anyone's like a longtime series fan, you're gonna be really mad at me, but I joined, in the 5th generation, and I said, like, it's, animation based, or these kind of deliberate attacks and dodging and these big monsters. And I was like, oh, it's like Dark Souls. It's not like Dark Souls at all. No. It doesn't play like Dark Souls. If you think it's a Dark Souls game and that's the way it's hard, you are going to get murdered. The game does not teach you how to play it in the slightest.
Nope.
If you want to learn how to play, you go on YouTube and you look up a tutorial for the weapons, and that's the way it works, and that's just how it is. They will never change this, mark my words. It will always be like this. That's just how Monster Hunter is. It's from the
just
outside.
How it is.
From the outside. And also what I didn't know going in is that, like, not on the exact, like, it's not exactly on par with this, but from what I've understood, Monster Hunter is like basically Capcom's version of Pokemon in Japan. Like, these games
in Japan it is massive.
These games are a big deal.
Yeah. I do have something to announce, Jordan.
Ooh.
And I've been thinking on this, because, when you decided to bequeath upon me a huge treat of saying that we'll talk about Monster Hunter World for the podcast, I went back and, I just got back into it for a while. I played a little bit of it. And I think I'm ready to admit that this is my favorite Monster Hunter game now. Iceborne, it is dethroned for Ultimate. Iceborne is now, in my heart of hearts, my favorite Monster Hunter game. I say Iceborne meaning the complete world package.
That's the other thing about this game, is that you told me one day, if you like Monster Hunter, you'll need to play Monster Hunter Iceborne, which is basically a second game. It's like a sequel, but then it's in the same. Like, there's just that much content.
So I will compare it to Pokemon in that, how Pokemon will do, like, Diamond and Pearl came out, and then a year later, Platinum came out. Buy the exact same game, but with a little bit more added onto it. With Monster Hunter, they do that. They used to do it in Ultimate, where, Monster Hunter Tri would come out, but then Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate came out, and that's like that game with the added G rank, which is Master rank now. So it goes low rank, high rank is what's in the base game, and then the expansion for Iceborne is Master rank. So instead of, like, the year after an entirely new $60 game coming out, they said, no, we're going to do it a little bit more sensibly. It's a $40 expansion now, but it has, it, like, basically doubles the game's content as it is, because it's literally every monster you've ever fought plus more, and it's just like... And also, the free content update this game has, absolutely insane. The gold standard for how to keep a game going.
Yeah, this is I would say, I'm very, like, hesitant to ever kind of, like, say that live services are good. I think generally they're very, very bad. This game works really well offline. It
Yes.
genuinely is not a problem if you just don't connect to the internet. But when you do connect to the internet, I mean, they do the craziest events. There was a Witcher event one time, right?
You can do that whenever you want to now. They just added it in.
And then what else? There was a Horizon Zero Dawn.
There's a Horizon Zero. So yeah. So Capcom has crossed it over with pretty much all of their own titles, right? There's a Street Fighter expansion or crossover. There's a Devil May Cry crossover. There's a Resident Evil crossover. And then, yeah, for PlayStation exclusive, there was a Horizon Zero Dawn crossover. There was a Witcher crossover for everyone. All these like crazy crossovers. And you could get cosmetic armor that literally made you look and sound and play like the characters from those games. And more often than not, it would play the music from those games. And in the case of The Witcher, and for the Final Fantasy expansion, you literally fought a monster from that world. You fought Alessian, as I almost called him Gerard, as Gerard of Rivia, and you fought a behemoth using like Draken armor from Final Fantasy XIV. It is unreal. And my final word, because I could talk about the game for hours before talking to the actual music, but like what they did, since Monster Hunter World is now at end of life, they've released the final free content update. They said, okay, all these events, you're going to just be able to play them whenever you want. They'll be having them on just forever rotation. So all these like holiday events people missed out on, no, just wait a couple weeks and you get to do it.
That's really nice. I like that a lot. I'll say that just in a general like state of video gaming, I feel like Capcom right now is probably the best Japanese developer and publisher at the moment.
There's no such thing as a good game. Like there's no such thing.
No, I'm not saying like as a company, but I'm saying as what they are putting out.
Yes. 100%.
I mean, between the Resident Evil stuff that they've been doing and the Monster Hunter, and there are rumors of more Ace Attorney, but that's, whatever. That's neither here nor there. I just think that Capcom has been knocking it out of the park lately in terms of their games. Monster Hunter Rise looks fucking incredible. I cannot wait to play that. Like, geez, they're really crushing it right now. Shall we talk about the tunes? I feel like you have to say, is all the Monster Hunter music kind of like this, with these very elaborate kind of orchestral pieces?
Pretty much. So, Monster Hunter has a couple of composers, and there's a cool Gaijin Hunter video. Gaijin Hunter is a big Monster Hunter YouTuber. Everyone who's in the community knows him. He did a video talking about all the different Monster Hunter composers, and for the most part, yeah, like the general sound direction of the series is the same. Some games have more like, some instruments are more prominent with certain composers, like especially in Portable Third, which is extremely Japanese inspired, and Rise is also extremely Japanese inspired. So I suspect that the music in that game will have a lot more, Japanese traditional sounding. Like you had a lot of shamisen in there. But this game specifically was composed by Akihiro Narita, who, can I tell you, Jordan, when he composed Monster Hunter Freedom, which was the first Portal Monster Hunter game on PSP, he was 25 years old.
Oh my god.
Like,
what a prodigy.
Insane. And yeah, he's the main composer for World. He also composed Monster Hunter 2, Monster Hunter Freedom 2, and Resident Evil 5 and 6, along with Devil May Cry 4. He's done big Capcom games.
Yeah. He's a Capcom guy.
And yeah, like I'm sure he has a unique sound. I wouldn't be able to pick it out of the crowd, but like, homie sure can compose, I'll tell you what.
There's some pretty fucking good tracks in this game.
Oh, baby, are there.
And like Monster Hunter, obviously, I think you can kind of imagine what the music of the hunts sound like when you are like it's very grand. It's lots of bassy, like timpanis and the stuff that kind of create this large sound, as if you're fighting, I don't know, some kind of monster that's very big. But beyond the actual hunt music, which by the way is all great, and I'm sure we'll be talking about. There are some really cool other music that is, supplementary. There's some cutscenes. The story in Monster Hunter is pretty threadbare, but it's still pretty substantial. There's some good story set pieces, and there's some characters in there, though I don't quite recall what their names are.
They don't have names.
Well, yeah, they're basically just known by their title, yeah. But there are, cutscenes and stuff, and they all have music in it as well. So there's this soundtrack, this playlist I've been using is 84 tracks long. And I think that's including Iceborne stuff, but I'm not 100% sure. No,
Jordan,
I don't think this is actually.
No, it's not.
No, you're right. Yeah, Iceborne has its own soundtrack. So it is a meaty, and this is spread. These tracks are spread across what? I want to say 5 levels only. Like
in Monster Hunter World, yeah, there's 5 levels.
And I mean, the levels are huge. And there's several different themes depending on the state of the fight or who you're fighting. Some monsters have their own unique themes.
That's when you're fighting a big boy.
Yeah, when you're fighting the like really, really big fucked up ones, those have their own music, and that rules. And then the general regions have their own music, and some areas in the hub have their own music. So like there's a lot on this soundtrack, a lot of meat on them bones.
A lot of meat on them bones.
I believe it is your turn to start.
It is my turn to start.
This.
I'm going to start out.
Okay, bring the spice.
Time for the spice. So when Monster Hunter World was first revealed, what Capcom like to do is, I think every once in a while they'll like sort of like reveal a song from the game beforehand, like especially if it's the main theme of the game.
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone who plays Monster Hunter knows Proof of a Hero. You know, like this. But for and I feel like I guess no, yeah. Every Monster Hunter game does have its own main theme outside of Proof of a Hero. Proof of a Hero is just like the main series theme, as it were.
Yeah, it's like the Zelda version of like da 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 la la.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah. And Monster Hunter World's main theme is very, very different. It's this very sick, sweeping symphonic piece. It is called "Stars at Our Backs."
Same slap.
Let's go right away. Oh god. So it starts out so like calm and serene. Like you hear like some chimes and twinkles. It's like this very, very faint string sort of coming in. You get like a harp.
This song plays over the main credits, right? Like when
this is like the main theme of the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it is this very nice beginning, and then like it starts to crescendo a little bit. Like you start to hear the piano hit, and then it like all sweeps up in this like, honestly, like it's a beautiful track. It doesn't sound like the kind of track you would hear in a game about hunting and killing and wearing monsters.
Yeah, it's very it feels very much, and I mean this song, like I said, it plays at the end of the main story, which is really the beginning of Monster Hunter, depending on
exactly
who you ask. So I feel like when they play this song, like obviously it's kind of the conclusion to the big story, which has some kind of thematic meaning to the game and the kind of cycle of
certainly,
and whatever. But I also feel like this is, and I think this is one of the great things about World as a new player, is that it really feels like this game is welcoming new players. Yeah. And that's what this song really says to me, is like, hey, check it out, you did it. Come on in, play all these games. Fifth Fleet, you're a fiver now, yeah.
You're a fiver. One of the most individual parts of the song that I love is like when you hear that first main melody hit, you hear like the string or the woodwinds do this like flirts like this like. I have no idea what that's called. If there's a term for that in music, I call it like a gallop in my notes, because it like a horse neighing almost. I don't know the name of it, but it is. I love to hear it. They do such a good job of putting that in the track. As the track goes on, you even hear a remix of Astera, which is like the main.
Yeah, I do love when it turns into the Astera theme.
It's like this da 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 da. There's like a violin solo later on when like everything kind of cuts out. It gets all nice and calm, and it's compared to like I'll send you later, Jordan. I won't put it in the episode, but like if you listen to all the other Monster Hunter main themes, they're very similar to like the music within the game, where it's like, you know, kind of like a heavier, like epic adventure track. But this is like this very calm, like hopeful track. It really feels like, you know, you're an adventurer going into a brand new land and like exploring the world and seeing what happens.
Yeah, it is that is definitely what the game kind of feels like. You're exploring this new exciting world. I love, by the way, speaking, since we talked about the concept of like Fifth Fleet and the fibers and stuff, how fucking cool it is in this game that like the game starts with your characters in the Fifth Fleet to the new map, right? And then when you get there, obviously you're the fifth group coming, so there's waves 4 through 1 who have already been there, and those people are like the old series Monster Hunter players in the game.
Yeah,
like they're
so
the
good.
Veteran players. So I really feel like this game is having a lot of fun kind of with the community and with the fans, and like this song really does just kind of feel like, hey, welcome to Monster Hunter. Enjoy. And I do love that that's the Astera theme in there.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little fun stuff. I'm sure in the credits when that plays, you see Astera, but I don't know.
It's just I love it. It's a great way to start the game out.
It's a very, very nice piece of music. It's very pleasant and easy to listen to.
Very
and
pleasant.
Speaking of pleasant and easy to listen to music, here's a song from a place that I hardly ever went to, unfortunately. It's an area that is more associated with the online components, not entirely, but it is a very fun song, and it's got a lot going on in it, which is, if you're in the hub map of Astera and you take the elevator up, you just go up to the top, there's a boat up there, just a big boat.
Yeah.
And that boat is called the Gathering Hub, and that Gathering Hub has its own theme music called Celestial Pursuit, Bustling Heavens. I like this song a lot because it kind of feels like it's like switching genres between different kinds of video game music. Obviously, the Gathering Hub is located on a big boat, so it kind of has this nautical sailor vibe to it. Almost reminds me of Knights of the Sea from Pyre.
No, I was literally like, listening to this, you really get this like almost like it's like I'd call it a pseudo nautical instrumentation.
Pseudo-nautical instrumentation. All right,
making up shit.
No, that's a good... Okay, we got collectos and we got pseudo-nautical instrumentation.
We're building the Slappers Only lore.
Eventually Slappers Only will be in our own language. The second... As it kind of moves forward, we get this kind of fiddle, flute, dueling banjos thing going on. It really picks up the pace a lot. It's very... It's very folksy. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Gathering Hub in the sort of lore, I guess, is it's kind of like a tavern or like a meeting place where you can go and hang out with your friends and get rowdy. I think you can sit down at the bar, actually.
You can sit down at the bar. You could do arm wrestling contests with your friends.
So it is kind of, and trying to think there's a third section that kind of becomes a little more like pseudo-nautical. It had some hand claps in there. It's very fun. It's very rowdy, which I like a lot. And it's just a very fun piece of music. And I like the bustling heavens. You're at the top of the kind of civilized world on this island. Like you're at the top where people are living, and this is the top of the base. And at the top, it's just a cool clubhouse for your friends.
Yeah, I really like that, and every game has done this, Jordan. Like, every Monster Hunter game has done, like, the distinction between the main hub and the Gathering Hall. So, like, in for example, usually it's, like, a guild hall of sorts. Like, a different kind of building. The Gathering Hall in 3 Ultimate was, like, it's like a port town that you sail to. So you're, like, kind of like,
cool.
You're kind of, like, near the docks, In 4 Ultimate, in low and high rank, it was like a guild hall in this like cool desert town, and in G rank, it was like the top of this like ancient tower that had like all this cool marble, and it felt like this very regal place all of a sudden. So it's this cool juxtaposition between like the main hub's for you, but then when you go to the Gathering Hub, you and up to 16 other players, or up to 15 other players rather, in World can literally like you're hanging out there in real time. You can see each other, which is awesome.
Yeah, that is really good. It is kind of the place that you go to kind of remind yourself that you're playing an online game. Because I think you soloed most of this game, right? I know you have a Monster Hunter group of friends, but I also know you solo a lot.
I prefer to solo Monster Hunter first. I feel like I do better when I play the monster by myself, because generally it's harder to fight a monster on your own when there's less things to distract it from attacking you.
Yes.
So yeah, like most of the game was in solo.
I will interject and say that that when you are on your own, your success is more directly linked to yourself. So if you're playing with a group, and I only noticed this the first time I played Monster Hunter. The first time I played Monster Hunter was playing the demo with you and someone else, and what I didn't realize is that the deaths are pooled. So when one person dies, that takes off the number of deaths that are allotted. So when you're playing on your own, you are taking more responsibility for yourself, as opposed to like, I can't tell my teammate not to stand in front of the monster and get eaten up. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
it's their choice.
Yeah, it's their choice. It's not. I need to be responsible for my own actions, which is why I generally prefer soloing. I will say that I can't wait to see what the Gathering Hub is like in Rise.
Oh,
it's gonna be so
fucking cool. So good, Jordan.
The hub, I think about, because we've seen a bit of the hub for Rise just in the trailers, and so far that like really cool like Japanese looking town just looks incredible. I can't wait to explore it. There's a lot to see in the hub. There's a little piggy that you can
pig. I love the Poogies. What'd you name your Poogie, Jordan?
I named my Poogie. What did I name my Poogie? I feel like my heart is telling me either Harold or Percy.
I think
it was Harold.
Love that. I always name my Poogies and Monster after peppers. So my Poogie in World and Iceborne was named Habanero.
That's a really good name for a Poogie.
I have about less than 2 months to think of a new name for my next Poogie in Rise.
At least you got a good baseline. You could name Fresno.
Maybe Adobo.
Adobo. That's a good name for Poogie.
I'll look up Japanese peppers and see if there's any specifically that they grow in Japan.
I was wondering what they could. Yeah. What's your next song?
All right. Well, this is good, right? We've heard the main theme. We went up to the Gathering Hall. We played a couple rounds of arm wrestling. We ate a big old meal.
I feel what you're about to say is, are you ready to get fucked up?
Yeah. Well, look, Jordan, we're all decked out. We have our equipment. You have your cool switch axe or whatever you're using now. I have my insect glaive. We're ready.
Lance?
Yeah, you gun lance. We're ready to hunt something, and I'm looking at the quest sheet, and it says we're gonna fight a fucked up dog.
Oh no!
You want to go to a big stinky cave, Jordan?
I want to go to the biggest, stinkiest cave, and I also want to say same slap.
Because we're talking about the Rotten Vale theme, Murmurs from the Land Forbidden.
Why is this one so different? This one, to me, is like a Monster Hunter theme that just, like, they're trying to Hodor style keep the Final Fantasy from getting in.
God. And they failed because they put Behemoth in the game, so...
There's some kind of synths in there that
it's like a weird organ synth. It's such a funky instrument for this.
Yeah. But Rotten Vale is such a cool area, and I think this song works really well because it's just a garbage dump of dead things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the new world's compost bin.
It's really cool. It's like, I think it's my favorite map in World.
Yeah?
So it's so different, right? Because Monster Hunter maps are like... So before Rise, Jordan, or before World, every map was separated into zones. Like, you know how you look on the map, it's like, oh, the monster's in Zone 11 right now.
Yeah.
The maps were separated by loading screens. So each area was its own thing. Yeah. So with World, they made everything open, and you see that they really went a little too nutty in the Ancient Forest, where, like, everything's just a fucking maze around this gigantic tree.
It's so hard to find... To get to the top of the tree, I always forget how to get
You have to solve, like, a Professor Layton logic puzzle in your mind to get there. And then, like, you know, the Wildspire Waste is pretty flat. But, like, Rotten Vale is cool because it's kind of like... It's a tiered structure. It's in 3 levels. The top level is all bones!
Bones!
The top level is this cool, like, sort of like it's like almost like a Mobius strip infinity loop of bones. It's like these, like, big, wide pathways. You can shoot down stalactites and hit monsters with them. The middle area is, like, the bones are starting to decay. There's, like, this... It's called effluvia in the game. It's like big stinky gas that, like, will hurt you over time.
Oh, it's terrible.
You can slot, like, an equipment skill to get rid of that, or you can put torch pods in your little slinger and you fire them on the ground. It'll burn up effluvia in a pretty wide area. So when you're hunting, you just pop a few of those, and then you can kind of hunt in an area without taking that damage over time.
There you go.
And all the way in the basement of this area is, like, bioluminescent pools of acid, and it's beautiful in a creepy way. You know, it's like Death and Decay.
It's eerie, and that is it is a very interesting area, and I think it's definitely kind of emphasized by this very unconventional music. There's just a lot, like you said, there's a lot of synths. They do these cool, like, ascending
I love
patterns.
that part.
I think there's even, like, a little bit of piano in there as well. There's also a part where there's just, like, this one very spooky violin note that plays, and it just kind of stops. It's just one note, and it just kind of goes, eh.
Yeah, I know you're talking, yeah. It's cool. It's like weirdly, it's like sinister and yet triumphant at the same time.
Yes, and it's still. Oh, also, do you notice that there are just sort of ambient growling noises?
It's like these like weird. It's like a predator growl almost.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is, right? Besides, you know, what you see in high rank, which this area completely changes in high rank. I feel the this sort of the big thing that you're going to deal with here is Odogaron, which is one of the most fucked up fights in the game, in, like, base game. It is the fastest, most aggressive thing, and it doesn't fight like any other monster you fought before. So this area is a real nightmare when you start out.
I fought Odogaron so fucking much, trying to get a fucking Odogaron gem for a mix that I was making, and this game does a cool thing really, really quick, where, like, if you get a gold ticket, and you can get a gold ticket like when you finish all of your weekly quests, you can trade it for a single rare drop from any monster. And I was like, whatever, I've hunted this thing 15 times, I'm just going to trade it in for the gold drop. And of course, next hunt, I got an Odogaron gem, so I haven't had an extra one for a while. But in Jordan, so in Master Rank, Odogaron has a subspecies.
I've heard about this.
It's called Ebony Odogaron. What if Odogaron was like twice as fast and could also shoot projectiles at you?
Odogaron is so fast. The only way I ever found to reliably beat Odogaron is to use the glaive to just not be on the ground.
Yep.
That's generally the way you do it.
And Ebony Odogaron is like, I can jump like crazy now. Sorry.
Once the monsters get fast is really when things get so scary.
That's when the test the game. But yeah, Rotten Vale, I love this area. It is like probably top 5 Monster Hunter series areas for me. It's just so weirdly beautiful yet creepy, and it's a cool place to be.
I like the Rotten Vale because it fits really well into the world. Because the first area is the Ancient Forest. That's kind of self-contained. But then you go to Coral Highlands, which literally looks like a giant coral reef but not underwater. Mm-hmm. And then Rotten Vale is literally like the compost heap that feeds this very beautiful map. So where the Coral Highlands are like this really gorgeous, colorful area, the Rotten Vale is like death, dying, and decaying. But it's feeding this really nice place, but the things in there are very fucked up. Mm-hmm. There's also, I can't think of the name. What? Sonic the Hedgehog is there. The bone hedgehog.
Uragon. No, Uragon.
Yeah. That one's fun, and that one is actually very fun to fight, in my opinion, because it's very easy to break parts off of it, so it's very satisfying to just kind of smash it. Mm-hmm. I like Rotten Vale a lot. I don't know if it's. I think I really like Ancient Forest is my favorite area, just because it's very like it just feels like a very real place.
Yeah, it's not like fantastical in any way. It's just big tree.
No, it feels like you're just exploring a forest, and
also that first moment in the hunt, whenever it happens, when you're like fighting in the nest at the top of the tree, and the monster breaks the dam, and you're like, what?
Oh god, it's so good. All right. Speaking of things that are in the Ancient Forest, so the Ancient Forest is obviously it's the first area in the game. By the time you get to high rank, you are just like, well, unless you're me, you basically know everything there is to see there. It's got a big T-Rex, and that's pretty scary. But other than that, the monsters are literally no problem to you. And then you're walking around and you're just grinding out an Anjanath or whatever. Mm-hmm. And what if the most fucked up thing you've ever seen showed up and it was a giant dragon, but like it's a dragon that drops bombs on you and catches on fire? And I'll tell you one thing, Max, I've never beaten this one in my life. I've tried 100 times. So this one haunts my dreams. Is it the basil juice? Is that how you say
Geese
it?
Is, I believe, the
basil
way to say
geese.
it.
Basil Geese theme. I like that the Basil Geese theme begins like fucking
with an air raid siren.
Yeah, it's like Night on Bald Mountain with an air raid siren coming for it. Like, and this is much like we talked about. I can't remember what the song is called. The one in Final Fantasy 15 where you just play it and out of nowhere a giant choir just starts screaming.
At you. Omnis Lacrima.
Omnis Lacrima. This is the game's version of Omnis Lacrima, because you'll just be walking around trying to farm your honey. You're just like, oh, just where's my honey? And then a school bus runs over you, and then the fucking Gustav Holst, The Planet's Jupiter Suite starts playing at you. This thing is so fucked up. I don't even understand how you're supposed to beat it. It's so big. It does so much damage. It blasts you with fire and drops bombs on you. And the music reflects how dangerous this horrible creature is. There are strings doing these like alarm-like trills the whole time. The music is so just like desperate and so hostile at you. Like, hey, watch the fuck out, because this is a school bus that drops bombs on you, and it also can breathe fire at you, and if it hits you like twice, you're dead, and if you die twice, you lose all your rewards, so...
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
I love the B section of this part, where it goes into, I think, 7/8 time signature? Something like that? The time signature gets really weird in the later part of it, but again, it gets like weirdly like hopeful and triumphant, and like, yeah... Basil Geese, Jordan, it's what we call an invading monster. A monster what can show up in any map under any conditions and say, hello, I'm here to ruin your day, asshole. Have fun. The first one was Devil Joe in Monster Hunter 3, which is like this big, we call him Pickle. He's like a big green T-Rex, nasty guy covered in teeth.
I think there's Devil Joe in this game, isn't there?
Yeah, they added him. He was, I think, the first update when the game released. They added Devil Joe.
Yes, I think I have seen Devil Joe. It's not great.
Devil Joe's nasty as hell. I honestly have a harder time with Devil Joe than Basil Geese. What if Basil Geese couldn't fly but could hit you even harder, is what Devil Joe is. And also breathes dragon breath at you.
One more thing for people who aren't, haven't played a Monster Hunter game before. I made the comparison to Dark Souls earlier in terms of, like, high damage output, kind of animation-based, make sure you dodge big monster, right?
Yeah.
Now, what if a Dark Souls boss fight took 30 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
These are not over fast. These are commitments.
They're over fast if you're a freak and can speedrun the game, but for, like, the average hunter, no, it'll take you, like, a good 15-20 minutes on a monster on average.
Yeah, and if you die multiple times, then you have to start the whole thing over.
Hopefully you have feline insurance, which is a food skill, and if you eat it, you get to die an extra time. It's great.
Ooh, yeah.
God, Basil Geese is so sick. I remember I was, like, so fucking scared of this thing the very first time. And, again, in Iceborne, Jordan, it has a variant. It's called Seething Basil Geese. And the main conceit of that is it's a little tinged purple. What if its scales could explode bigger? Like a second level of explosions. Yeah. It's like, it's super attack, Jordan. It flies up in the air, it spins around, scatters its scales over like the entire area you are. You gotta find a place where you won't get blowed up.
The Basil Geese.
However you want to say it, who cares?
This theme is so good, and I just love how just, oh my god, it just makes you feel so freaking scared of this thing.
It's scary!
It's really scary. And yeah, because it's an invading monster, it never shows up when you want it to.
No.
And also, the other fun thing about the Basil Geese is that if it, one of the coolest things that the Monster Hunter monsters do, because they do a really fucking good job animating these guys. It's one of the best things they do. They move like real animals, and the best thing is that they will fight each other.
Turf wars.
And they fight like animals too. They like get on each other and they grab each other and they scratch and they they have these very animal-like battles. And you can just kind of step back and let them do it. I feel like 9 times out of 10 when Basil Geese shows up, it says, ooh, Hunter, yes, let's go.
Yeah, no, the Basil Geese always wins its turf wars, I believe. Except for when it hunts Devil Joe, the other invading monster, because they both deal equal damage to each other.
Holy shit. That's why you gotta be ready with those dung bombs to get Basil Geese out of your map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, here's a fun quirk of my new recording studio, Jordan. There's a train, like, a couple minutes away outside my window. I
love that. That's so good for you. I love it.
One last thing about Basil Geese. I love how it's its roar sounds, it doesn't sound like a monster. It's this horrific, like, metal piercing shriek. It's like this, I'm not going to do it in my human mouth. Maybe I'll cut it in, but, like, it's so scary.
It's a school bus. It's a big school bus that you have to fight.
It's like they turned a B-52 bomber into a monster. Have fun.
Oh, it's so, well, also, I one of my main weapons is lance, so roars don't bother me anymore.
Oh, yeah, you just simply, everyone knows you can't hear if you hide behind a big piece of metal.
It's really true. What's your next? I think this is your final.
This is my final pick.
Yes.
Okay. Every Monster Hunter game has a flagship monster, Jordan. Which is the monster on the cover. You know, very first one, that was a Rathalos. You know, Monster Hunter Dos, that was Kushala Daora. This game, it kind of has two, because Rathalos is part of the main branding of it.
Yeah.
You know, Rathalos is like kind of the Pikachu of Monster Hunter. In that it's like, you know, everyone knows it. It's from Monster Hunter. Like, they put Rathalos in Smash Bros, for God's sake. You know? It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, also, big boss fight. Well, not Rathalos, but he fought Rathian in his game. So.
Yeah. But Monster Hunter World.
Uh-oh.
The flagship monster of Monster Hunter World is, and they added lore for it, right? It's an Elder Dragon. Elder Dragons are cool as hell. And the classification for Elder Dragons, like, we don't know what this thing is, but it's dangerous. So it's an Elder Dragon.
It's a big problem.
Big problem is the hedgehog turned into a dragon, and its whole core conceit is that it eats other Elder Dragons, because this theme is the theme of Nergigante, and it is called Even Elder Dragons Tremble.
Same slap, same slap.
This, oh my god. This immediately scares you with the way the horns go dun 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 dun. And like, it's so frantic. The drums are pounding, the strings are like going absolutely apeshit the whole time.
This song, the horns, there's the part where it goes bam 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 bam, where like the horns get really dissonant and like they're just kind of alarms at you, just like, hey, watch out, hey, whoa, yo, hey.
It's like you ran into an orchestra practice and had a gun and you were using the gun to conduct and said, play something, and they just kind of got scared and played whatever popped into their head.
I love the Elder Dragon themes, just because of how, like, they tell you, you know, this music is dangerous. Mm-hmm. This music is going to kill you. But I also, like, obviously every song in this game has, like, these very steady rumbling drums that are just like, hey, these are big monsters. But I really love the kind of main, like, I guess the closest thing this song has to a chorus where it goes, da 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 da. Yeah! Like, oh my god. This song is incredible. Also, I wanted to throw out there that I don't know what this rhythm is called, but it's the rhythm that is a dotted quarter note and then an eighth note tied to a quarter note. It's the one that's in every Pokemon game. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. Like that. That's in this too, and I always think it's a very ubiquitous kind of video game battle music. Like it's a staple in combat music in games, but they use it very effectively in this one, and I like it a lot.
They do, and like when you fight Nergigante, like you are going to get your ass absolutely handed to you on a silver platter. This thing is going to beat you up so bad. Essentially, it's like part hedgehog, part bull, part dragon. It is covered in spikes that like you have to basically hit him everywhere all the time, otherwise his spikes will harden. And if enough of the spikes harden and turn black, he gets a super attack, which is like a dive bomb that, more likely than not, will instantly kill you.
So this is the Lance, which Lance gets a bad rap from what I understand. A lot of times people say it's kind of a beginner weapon or kind of like, it's very defensive. I think people don't like it because it's got a shield. But the thing about the Lance is that it lets you get right up in there, right up in that meat, and just like poke until it dies. The Lance has a counter shield attack that's basically like you block it and then you can do big damage. And then it has this you go into that shield attack, and then you can go into an even tighter shield formation. And that, I just call that the Nergigante button, because it's basically a move. It's as far as I can tell, the only move in the game that lets you shrug off this hit.
Yeah.
I don't think any other weapon lets you just, like, take this attack and survive, which just goes to show how fucking dangerous it is.
Yeah.
I really like the strings where they're basically just playing like Flight of the Bumblebee.
Pretty much.
Flight of
the Hedgehog Dragon. It rules.
It's such a good song.
They later, I think like one of the last updates that they made for the base game before Iceborne came out, Jordan, was they added a thing. So you know, you beat the game, you beat hard mode, you beat high rank, you get this thing called tempered monsters, where it's essentially a monster but harder. It's not an entirely new rank, but like the monster has like a little like purple shiny tinge to it, and they hit a bit harder, having more health. You know, it's just essentially your hard mode, right? Yeah. Nergigante got something special. Elder Dragons, rather, got a thing called Arch Tempered, which is like would have tempered but worse. And Nergigante became the true final boss of the game because Arch Tempered Nergigante has its own theme. I'll cut in a little bit. Basically, think of the Nergigante theme a little bit faster. The strings are like everything is pitched up higher and played like a little bit more freakishly, and they also cut in the main theme, which is how you know you're fighting the final boss.
I love it.
And also, this is gonna scare you, Jordan. Every time it roars, it gets faster.
Oh my god, what?
So by the end, in the final showdown, it is like zip zooming around. It is horrendous. It is the scariest thing in the world.
The fighting Nergigante, in general, is so fucking brutal. It never gives you a second. It is so dangerous. It does so much damage. I cannot physically imagine a harder version of that fight. That is simply mean, but boy, oh boy, when you kill this thing, it feels good.
It's so good. It is like the biggest triumph. And of course, also in Iceborne, they added a new variant called Ruiner Nergigante that can use its spikes as a projectile attack.
I love it. Great, of course. Why not? Yeah, you know, why not?
Why not?
Oh my god, I love this song. I've same slapped all of your songs, which is not normal, and I have to admit that I think I must have missed one to put on my list because I've run out, but I had something prepared, and because we have 6. I am going to put something a little fun. And
Let's do it.
Just a little bit silly. And this will be the shortest pick of our entire series so far.
Okay.
What if I told you? What if I told you that you needed a snack? What if you were hungry? And what if I told you that that everyone's favorite chef, a very buff chef, but also a kitty cat. Dare I say that the chef is Meowskiller? Would that mean anything to you?
I think he'd be a funny little kitty. What if a kitty made filet mignon for me?
Yeah, it's just the second most delicious video game food outside of
Final Fantasy
15. Yeah. So this song is called Meowskiller Chef's Custom Platter. Max, I want you to play the whole song in its entirety right now.
Beautiful.
So good. I fucking love this song. It's very silly. I like a song that's just fast, kind of classical style acoustic guitar. I really enjoy that. Or it almost reminds me of like playing an acoustic guitar that fast almost reminds me of like a Django Reinhardt vibe, one of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
And it's just a very cute little song. And there's a part, that little chime, ding, that's the part where Meowskiller Chef puts his seal of approval on it by just garnishing it.
A little twig of parsley.
It's delightful. I love this song, and you know what? I think we covered all the big hits, and I think I deserve a little treat. So
you get to get nutty. It's our podcast, Jordan. We make the rules. You get to go nutty with it whenever you wanna.
This is a very unique piece of music, and you hear it all the time, and it's genuinely one of the most fun cutscenes in any game, because it's just like, what if a bunch of cats cooked a delicious meal for you? I've seen the one in Iceborne, the cooking cutscene. It's very good.
I love that the chef in Iceborne is like this doting grandmother cat. I think she might actually be related to the Meowskiller Chef. There's probably lore there, but like I love her. She's like, it's amazing, right? Because like in the Monster Hunter world, you know, the food you eat before a quest is just like, you know, a week's worth of food for a normal person.
It is very much like, the meals that you eat in Monster Hunter are like very hearty, protein-based food. I like it a lot because it's like, yeah, this is probably what you'd go to eat before you fight a gigantic monster. Yeah. It's just like a giant mug of beer and like a huge bowl of meat, and it's all very delicious looking.
And in the actual lore, hunters are superhuman, so they are able to eat that much before a hunt. That's how they survive.
Oh my god, is that true?
That's true. That was not a bit.
Oh, okay. Have you ever seen? I think surely you've seen the Monster Hunter Cafe that they made in Japan, where you can buy
god, yeah.
some of this stuff. And
they got to stop making those in Japan and start making them where I can actually visit them.
No, because in America, the only special food we get is like Travis Scott McDonald's, which is the same McDonald's food except it's got Travis Scott on it. So.
I go viral for standing on the McDonald's service counter and beg for a Nergigante meal.
When is McDonald's gonna start serving gigantic, like, barrel-sized mugs of beer, like the Monster Hunter Cafe in Japan sells?
If ever there is, fast food execs, I know you're listening to this, if ever your restaurant is failing, this is all you need to do. It'll put you back on the map.
Yeah. Look, it's just a nice moment in the game where you just get to look at delicious food before Nergigante is gonna, ruin it.
And you do it before every single quest.
You gotta
eat. If you don't eat, you're a fool.
If you don't eat, you're just saying, I won't win, because it just gives you... I'm just watching this cutscene play on repeat right now, Max. I'm so fucking hungry. Oh my god, the food beautiful. Is so good. It's so lavishly detailed. And also, while we're talking about good things about Monster Hunter, that are unlike other games with great food, I'll say Yakuza is one of them. That has really delicious looking pictures of food. Final Fantasy
very high quality JPEGs.
Very high quality JPEGs. And Final Fantasy 15 has very delicious looking, just like computer images of food. But what you win in Monster Hunter is that your hunter eats the food and you see them eat it, which is incredibly important to me. That really sells it. In terms of like, oh, look, this food has like texture to it and you can see your character enjoy it, which really helps solidify it being like delicious and look good and real. And that's my rant on Monster Hunter food. Thank you very much for your time.
Very good, very good. Tremendous.
So we've selected our 6 songs. Let's go over them one more time. What'd you bring?
We do honorable mentions first, don't we?
Oh, yeah. I don't have any honorable mentions this week, actually.
That's fine. I got a couple.
My honorable mention was going to be Meowscler Chef, but guess who got promoted?
Yeah. He's a Meowscler Hunter now.
Yeah.
I got a couple honorable mentions. So I told you the main picks I would bring from Base World. And my honorable mentions would be from Iceborne, because, that has an entire other OST. And I'll be cutting it in so people can hear it if people haven't played Iceborne. Yeah.
67 fucking tracks, Max?
Pretty good.
67 of them?
Pretty good to me.
For an expansion pack.
Pack.
What the fuck?
And, that's not even all of it, because they added more monsters after the cat game came out, too.
God.
I want to shout out the flagship of Iceborne, Velkhana. Its theme is called Splendiferous Silver Sovereign.
What? It's splendid. Oh my god.
It is. It's like a piano-led track, which is very, very unusual for Monster Hunter. But yeah, it fits so well because you're fighting an ice monster that can breathe ice at you, can create ice stalactites in the air and crash them onto you. It'll freeze you in place. It blows ice on itself to give itself this really beautiful ice armor that has this a crown built into its head almost. It is such a cool looking monster. It is a fantastic flagship. I love Velkhana so much.
I really love how it's piano. That once again, anytime a game that has really bombastic music puts in piano, Gwyn's theme. I think everyone's made a video about Gwyn's theme, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's just it really works. I think for Velkhana, this is really cool because obviously it's a very kind of elegant looking monster. Mm-hmm. It kind of reminds you of Legiana in terms of it's very sleek and sharp. And
yeah.
So I think having a piano for the theme is very on brand for it.
It's very fitting. Another one from Iceborne. It is the final boss of Iceborne. It is Shara Ishvalda, which is this horrifying looking thing. It's kind of based on a barong, which is this I think dragon lion dog in Southeast Asian culture. That theme is called A Single Bloom and an Eternity. has like wing arms that can like create sonic blasts at you, and like for the context, the first part of the fight, you're fighting it like encased in stone. You don't know what it is. You just know it's like this freaky monster. And then it breaks the stone off, and you're like, oh god, I'm fucked. Because the time signature is all funky and weird. It uses a lot of like Southeast Asian instruments too. Like,
oh, that's cool.
That weird like screaming flute sound, like that. I'll cut it in. I can't make it with my mouth, but the instrumentation of that one's also really fun and funky. It's like a very alarming, scary thing because the main hook is like this. It scares you because you're fighting a monster that like it looks like an alien more so than an alien than like the final boss of the world does. And the scariest thing about it is that the eyes of the monster do not look at the player. They look at you. They look at the camera of the game. No matter where you are, like if you angle the camera, the eyes of Shara Ishvalda always look directly into the center of the screen.
That's fucked up.
It's so scary.
I need to look this thing up. Hey!
Isn't that scary?
Oh my god. It's like, you know what it looks like? It looks like Shin Godzilla.
Oh my god, it does!
Googly eyes. Oh my god, it's fucked up looking.
It's such a sick fight, though.
Oh my god, it's really cool looking. I think I watched a video of someone do this fight one time, and it looks miserable. It looks like...
Oh, I got my ass completely handed to me the first time I fought it. I was not prepared.
How many times do you think it took you to beat it? I just
lost the first time. I came back with like, a full plan to like... It is super weak to poison, and I had like armor gems that would let me like walk through. Like it liquefies the ground, so I could like walk through that no problem. I got like really good evasion gems. I was prepared. I know how to kid out myself.
Poison is really good in Monster Hunter, folks.
Basically, the more health a monster has, the more damage poison does, because it does like a percentage of the monster's health every tick. So it's like if a monster is an Elder Dragon or a final boss, poison it, it'll take a lot of damage.
And poison is so it lasts a really long time. I don't know why we're talking Monster Hunter strategy, but I always have to shout out games with good poison. Hades is another one. But poison is so viable because once you get a good stack of poison on a monster, it's basically like you're playing with two players who are just constantly attacking.
It's free real estate.
It does weapon damage levels of, like, it does weapon damage basically, like that much damage.
It does like several thousand over time.
Yeah, and so it's just like having someone just constantly hitting it while you can fight it. It's very, very viable. I feel like a lot of times poison in games is like, why use it? Monster Hunter, fucking good. Or you can just hit it a bunch and make it explode.
Yeah, whichever.
Which is fun too.
Yeah, and the final honor mention I want to shout out is Zinogre's theme, Spark of Blue. Zinogre is an absolute fan favorite monster. It is like this electric dragon dog. Ooh. And this theme also has notable instrumentation because it has a shamisen, but beyond that, it has an electric guitar in it.
No way! What?
It is because like you're fighting essentially like a pro wrestler. It does these insane flips and pins and like shoots like balls of electricity out you. It like whips you with its tail. It does these crazy flips. It is such a dynamic fight. It is like absolutely one of the best things in the entire franchise. It goes so hard.
I've been telling myself, maybe I should play more Monster Hunter World, but then I realized that the new one's coming out so soon that I don't want to like burn myself out before.
No, yeah, you really, you got to be careful with that.
God, what a good game though.
What a game
that is just so packed with stuff.
I know. God.
It's definitely, and also, I love a game that lets you break it if you play it enough.
Oh my gosh, and Monster you Hunter, can sure break this one.
You can make your character just like unkillable, heals instantly, like does all the damage, cannot take damage, resistant to all elements if you want to, which is always fun.
Yeah, it's your choice.
So those are our picks. Let's pick. So let's review. Let's see. I brought Bustling Heavens, the Gathering Hub theme. I brought Basilgeese theme, and I brought Muscular Chef's Delicious Fun Time Platter.
Yeah, and I brought Stars at Our Backs. I brought Murmurs from the Land Forbidden Rotten Vale theme, and I brought even Elder Dragon's Tremble Nergigante theme.
All right, let's just do it. All right,
let's just do it.
1, 2, 3.
Even Elder Dragon's Temple. Yep, there we go. Let's do it, baby.
Okay. I didn't remember what hey, it's got the coolest fucking name. I didn't remember it, though.
Yeah. It's Nergigante. It's gotta be.
The coolest thing about Nergigante that we didn't even bring up is that before you actually encounter it proper, it shows up trying to eat the final boss.
It tries to eat a gigantic turtle the size of a skyscraper.
Zora Magdaros is like you could call it the final boss.
It's the first final boss, yeah.
It's not a final. It's like not a real fight, really. It's more of a set piece. It's cool. I like it. It's not really a monster that you hunt. It's just kind of a thing that you do. But
it's a set piece. Yeah, they do that every once in a while in the games. It's always boring. No one likes it.
Yeah, but it is a cool set piece, and it is very big. But both times you encounter Zora Magdaros, Nergigante shows up and says, I'm here to snack, and also if you want to have a go at me, I'm going to show you how not ready you are.
For me?
You will get...
Mm-hmm. And here's another fun fact about that fight. So in the base fight, you literally do not need to attack Nergigante. Like, no. It will fly away on its own after a couple of minutes. But in the Arch-Tempered Zora Magdaros fight, you have to. And you will lose if you do not, like, do enough damage to Nergigante to drive it off.
Amazing. Holy shit. What a good game.
What a good
song. What a great enemy, Nergigante.
What a great franchise.
Song. Coolest fucking song name that we've talked about so far, I think. It's definitely up there.
Incredible.
All right. Let's move to our Twitter.
Yeah.
We have a Twitter at SlappersOnlyPod. I make a post each week, except if we're talking about Pyre, and I say don't worry about it.
Don't bother.
And you can leave your questions, takes, and or opinions, and we will validate them and or answer them. Here we have a bunch this week because people wanted to ask us about Monster Hunter. Friend of the show, Sue, at Sue Makes Art, says, you've been forced to become proficient at one Monster Hunter weapon in real life. What are you choosing? Let's be realistic here, Max. So, because I want to say Haunting Horn, because I feel like you could just play it as an instrument.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think I could lift it. I don't think I'm strong enough to lift the Hunting Horn.
Okay, so this is assuming that, like, we are our normal human selves and we have to use these Monster Hunter weapons. Because
in that case, it's probably, like, Sword and Shield or Dual Blades is the only one that I can even
really
pick up.
Maybe bow.
Like, well, bow, people don't seem to realize that, like, a long bow or, like, a great bow, like a huge bow like the ones in Monster Hunter, the amount of strength that you need to even draw the fucking thing is, like, it's gonna break your shoulder. Yeah, it's a humongous bow and arrow, and I simply don't think that I could use it. I'm gonna go ahead and say that if I could become, I've been pretty consistent in my exercise habits lately. If I became strong enough, I would just learn to play the Hunting Horn as an instrument and just show off how I can lift up a big horn and play it, and also heal my body and make me stronger, which will, by the way, allow you to. Oh my god! I just realized something, Max.
Yeah.
So the Hunting Horn's, like, base musical song is Self-Improvement.
Yes.
And Self-Improvement lets you move faster. It's one of the most busted moves in the game.
Makes you just go faster. Yeah, you go
It's so fucking good. I'm just thinking about, like, the trick to playing Hunting Horn, even if you can't lift it, is to give yourself a strength buff, play that song, and then play Self-Improvement, and then you can just take it all around town. Not that you're that hard. Yeah!
All right. Love that for you.
You got an answer?
Yeah, okay, look. The insect glaive probably isn't that heavy. It's kind of like a big stick. They make insect glaives that are, like, less heavy and less robust looking, less ornate. I got a cool big old bug.
Yeah, you get a bug to be your friend. And
I get a big old bug.
I don't know if you could do the flips and stunts, but I think that you could get the buffs from the bug, no problem.
I can use it as a pogo stick. And yeah, here's the thing. People have done hunts using literally only the bug. So I can twist the question and say I'll use only the bug to hunt. And I can just, like, leave the pogo stick on the ground and have my big-ass foot-long beetle ram into a bowl for me.
Here's a question from @BooBooHakasho. What's the best weapon and why is it Hunting Horn? Beyond that, what's your favorite non-combat piece of music? Having just used Hunting Horn for the first time in the Rise demo, it is hilariously broken, that weapon, or it just feels broken. What's your favorite weapon? If you had to choose one, if you had to get rid of all the other weapons, you can only play with one, what would you choose?
It'd be Glaive, 100%.
Oh yeah, Glaive for me too. It's simply too fun. And what is your favorite non-combat piece of music? Well, I put Gathering Hub on mine, but I would also say just the Astera Hub theme is very nice. Also the private suite theme.
Oh, the private suite is great. I love how it's like this beautiful heart piece when you get the final upgrade for it. It's very silly.
Fun.
Yeah, honestly, non-combat stars at our backs. The main theme is just too good. I love listening to it all the time.
Here's one from @GroovingGhastly. that says one bad spook and she do what I zoinky is the display name, which is very fun to say. If you got to be in a ska band with any assortment of monsters, who would it be and who would play what?
Oh.
Do you think that Barath knows how to skank?
Oh, Baroth got them toots up in the nose area.
Yeah, I think Baroth. What is it? Tsitsiyaku could provide the light show.
Yeah, exactly.
As you play the concert.
Yes.
And also, once again, I think those legs are built for skanking, and that's just what they'll do.
Yeah. So this is beyond your purview, but in Monster Hunter 3, there's a monster called Kurapeko. And it's this big ass, like, sort of toucan, sort of pelican looking thing. Its beak can imitate any monster's roar. So what it'll do when you fight it, it'll make a roar of, like a monster that's in that area.
I'm looking this up right now, by the way.
Qurupec.
Oh, it's good. Oh, that's the ska beast.
Yeah, I could just have a bunch of Kurapekos playing all the instruments for me.
What is that monster in Rise that's just like the most normal bird?
Oh, Aknosom.
That one is also. I think bird monsters are generally good for ska. I just think that they have a ska energy to them. I don't know why.
I'll get a basil geese for like really loud sounds if I need to make that.
Zora Magdaros.
No, I'll play the 1812 overture and basil geese will be the cannons.
There you go. Here's one from @Nick R. Vern who says, Monster Bone M is too scarce. That's my take. I need validated.
Confirmed.
Thoughts? Confirmed.
Yeah, everything's too scarce. So it goes.
Yeah. It takes too long to get anything in my humble onion. That's why you just find a set of armor that works for your playstyle and then you just never stop wearing it until you absolutely have to.
Yeah.
Here's one from @Pagetish who says, who is your favorite low-tier monster? I can't choose between my beautiful muddy son Barath and Arzuros, who is simply out there looking for the bare necessities and stumbling into fights he shouldn't be in. I can't in my heart say that I like. Here's the thing. Once again, I'm new to the Monster Hunter series, all things considered. So to have a tier list for me is out of the question. But Barath is kind of a pain in the ass to fight just because the mud.
Yeah.
But I do like that he's just kind of a sad, dirty boy.
Yeah.
And I do kind of feel bad for him. You know who I feel really bad for? I feel bad for Great Izuchi. Just because he's the easy boss in the demo, so he's probably one of the like most killed monsters.
Most hunted thing ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my favorite low tier monster, it's from Monster Hunter 4. It's this like big ass like beetle looking guy. It's called Celtas. I posted it in a general chat in our server. It's just this nasty little bug who buzzes around and will like ram you with his big old horn.
Sucks. Yeah,
he's just a funny guy.
It's a good bug.
Yeah, good bug. He's very, very low tier, but we love him.
What is this isn't a question from any of our listeners. This is a question from @BradifusRex on Twitter that says, what is your favorite monster in Monster Hunter?
My favorite monster, I'm glad you asked, friend of the show @BradifusRex. My favorite monster is from Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. I really hope they bring it back in Monster Hunter Rise because it's from the Japanese-inspired game. It would make sense to bring it back in the Japanese-inspired game. It's called Amatsu. It is this huge, like, seahorse-looking dragon that can control weather. It blasts you with, like, pressurized water jets. It, like, summons, like, tornadoes to hit you. It is one of the coolest fucking monsters in the entire series. I love it so much. It's my absolute favorite.
I really love Tobi Kadachi. I think Tobi Kadachi is so like just so really pretty looking.
Yeah,
I love that it's got like a snake head and like a I don't even know what kind of body that is, and it has like flying squirrel wings. I also love all of the Tobi Kadachi gear. I think it all looks really nice. The pulsar rod got me through some tough spots.
Is for some reason, because like in Monster Hunter World, the base game, there really weren't that many electric weapons. So Tobi Kadachi weapons would like more often than not be like the best electric weapon in the entire game.
Oh my god, yeah, and you get them early, so it just really carries you.
It carries you. You know Tobi's in Rise.
Oh, thank God. I love fighting. But fighting Tobi Kadachi at first is really annoying because it's the first, like, really fast monster that you meet in the game. Very quick. It jumps around onto trees and does, like, these flying attacks. But once you figure it out, it's very fun. to take out. Also, fighting Tobi Kadachi with the bow is a real treat because
he just gets on the tree and you say, haha, I can still hit you.
Yeah, absolutely, I can get you. What else we got more questions? Let's see.
Got one more.
Oh, this is one more, and it says the only thing this is from @DragonSmoocher, Nero Wyvern, #1 Edelgard stan on Twitter, and also big Vampire Lady stan account now. Who isn't in 2021? The only thing I knew about Monster Hunter is this video, and judging by that, I think the hunting horn is very good. Anyway, what would be the most satisfying instrument to hit a big dragon with? And now the video is the classic Jack Black playing the plastic saxophone on Jimmy Fallon. I did point out that I do love this video, but I do not like the fact that Jimmy Fallon is in it.
Yeah, and I think it's truly a shame.
Jack Black and Jimmy Fallon are kind of matter and antimatter. They just canceled each other out very powerfully. What is the best drumsticks? Two little
little. Let me hit you with accordion.
There you go. Now we're just making it. This is like on Kyle XY when we retell the events of the show like an old Looney Tunes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this didn't happen in World because the hunting horns all made the same noise, but traditionally hunting horns all make different noises.
Oh my god, I love that so much.
And in Rise, that's confirmed to be the case.
Thank God. I was just gonna say, because the hunting horn in the Rise demo does play tunes as you use it.
One of the best ones is from this horrible leech wyvern monster called Giganox, and its hunting horn is a coffin covered in chains, and the quote unquote music notes are screams of the damned.
Holy shit.
It's so good.
I think it would be really satisfying. Honestly, drumsticks on the why can I not think it? The Radobon or whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of a little xylophone. There you go. Those are all of our questions. Thank you for the great questions. I love them. And oh shit, I just remembered what our next game is.
Yeah, homie.
Yeah, we have a special. Hey, everybody. We are, it's time to announce our next game. Thank you all very much once again. So you know what our next game is because we're going to have a special guest on.
Yeah.
Should we say who the guest is or should we leave it a surprise? Let's leave it a surprise.
Let's leave it a surprise. We'll be a little sneaky with it.
We'll be a little sneaky about it. Our next game is, one of the most stylish, sleek, sexy JRPGs.
A game that inspired musicians to create jazz. A
game with a funky, jazzy soundtrack that really sticks in your brain. A game with the nicest looking UI that I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
Probably.
A game that is just so well presented that it makes turn-based combat feel fun and fast. We, Max, are going to be talking next week about Persona 5. With a very special guest, but
to be revealed.
To be revealed in the episode. Mm-hmm. Are you excited? Are you excited to wake up, get out there?
I am so excited to. I hope that when I record the episode, my life will change.
What if we had just said our next episode will be on Shin Megami Tensei?
Oh, God.
Persona 5.
Yeah, you gotta really build up to it.
As we go through it, like the Shin Megami Tensei fans get madder and madder. They're like, shit, they're talking about Persona. Well, maybe they're talking about Persona 1 or 2. Okay, well, maybe they're talking about Persona 3 at least. They're talking about Persona 5. Ugh.
I mean, I don't know about you, Jordan. I hope that there aren't any Shin Megami Tensei fans listening to our show.
If you're a Shin Megami Tensei fan, I don't want to talk to you. I genuinely don't even know what your stupid game series is about.
Maybe the fifth one on Switch will be fun.
Persona 5 is really fun. Do you want to know something before we wrap it up?
Yeah.
That I 2020 was a year where we didn't have a lot to do. So I did play Persona Royal. And what I did was I played all of Persona 5 again, and then I got to the new stuff, and then that was the point where I got bored of it and then stopped playing. So I basically just played Persona 5 again and then stopped.
Yeah, you really played yourself there.
I really played myself. I've heard that the ending is really good.
It is really good. We're only going to be talking about base Persona 5, right?
No, we're only going to be talking about base Persona. So no takeover. Sorry, folks. It's not as good.
I don't get to talk about literally all my favorite songs from the game.
You can honorable mention them if you want.
Yeah. I mean, I won't because they're all spoilers.
Shit!
It's fine. I'll live.
Okay, Persona 5 is next week. Very good soundtrack. Can't wait or next episode. Can't wait to talk about it. Monster Hunter, beware Nergigante. It'll fuck you up.
He'll get you.
Let's wrap things up. Max, where can we find you on the internet?
I am on the internet at MaxyBajillion on Twitter and Instagram. I have a couple other podcasts, including Pod of Greed, the world's #1 and only Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast sponsored by Kaiba Corp. That is on Twitter at Pod of Greed Cast. And I have another show called Wow Cool Robot, a show where me and my friends recap Mobile Suit Gundam. We are currently in the middle of Mobile Suit Gundam Double Zeta. That is on Wow Cool Podcast on Twitter.
Kyle ZZ. You can find me on Twitter at Baradipus Rex. You can find my two other podcasts, my two podcast children. The first one that I'll tell you about is Kamurocho Radio. It's about Yakuza, the beloved series. We are like on the cusp of finishing the original Yakuza and moving into Yakuza 2. It'll be we'll be doing that in 2 weeks, I believe. You can also listen to Kyle XY, which is about Kyle XY. We just finished season 1, and my fucking god, the show is good. It's a actually good TV show. At least season 1 is. It was a real surprise to me. Max, you've seen all of season 1 and you liked it, and you joined us, and it's fucking good. So listen to that. Listen to us be surprised by the fact that we're actually watching a fun TV show.
And Jordan doesn't say anything objectionable at all in the episode.
I never said anything wrong in the finale episode of season 1, and anyone who says that I did is wrong.
He was correctly quoting a character. Get over it.
I was just quoting a character. You can find all of our episodes at slappersonlypod.com, and we are hosted by the Noise Space Network, all the way up from beautiful, sunny Canada, at noisepace.xyz. You can find all kinds of other great shows, including all of our podcasts, but also shows like Podcasting is Forbidden in the Cloud Recesses,
Sonic Shuffle,
Nightmare Marinara,
Kid Nation,
Live Free, Twy Hard, which I almost every time I say it, I say Wiv Fui Twy Hard on accident. Wiv Fui Twy Hard, ooh woo.
There's LMNOP.
That one's about elemental weed. Listen to Kid Nation. That one's real fucking good.
Very, very good.
There's so many podcasts and they're all really good. So give them a listen. And thank you all very much for tuning in this week to Slappers Only. It was very fun to talk about Monster Hunter for a while. And I hope you play it. I hope you play Monster Hunter Rise.
Just download the demo, folks. Come on.
Download the demo. Just give the demo a try. Look up a weapon guide and have some fun. It's free, and if you run out of hunts, you can just
delete your save data and
download it again.
Genuinely don't know what they were thinking.
It doesn't save your progress, so it doesn't matter. So thank you all very much for listening. We'll see you next episode with Persona 5 with a very special guest. And Max, what do we say at the end of the episode?
I'm glad you asked, Jordan. As we always say, ask not for whom the track slaps.
It slaps for thee.
Quest clear.